Now that we have a reference to that, now inside here we can bring in the current weapon and get the current weapon, a reference to that, and then we can simply say fire. Okay, and now we can see that the fire function is here, and now all we have to do is simply connect it to the pressed. Okay, and obviously we will have a slight problem with this. In a way, it's gonna be a more like a behavioral problem. In If you have something like AK-47, even in the short burst fire mode, it'll fire at least 2 or 3 bullets. And if you are switching to an automatic firing mode, then it's gonna keep on firing as long as you have your mouse button down. But we're gonna fix that. So this will work, but it's just going to be one projectile coming out, so you have to release your mouse button and you have to click again. So that's one bullet per click, which will be changed later on. Okay, so now with that taken care of, I'm going to compile this and this should work, and save it, and then go back here, and then I'm going to try and play the game. So now if I shoot, I can see that something is happening. Okay, if I come over to the dark, I can see that something is happening. It's actually shooting, but it's actually happening sideways. Just to confirm that, I'm going to go back to my, I'm going to open my, let's say, my blueprints. I'll open my projectile base. I'll bring my initial speed and the max speed down to somewhere like something like 350 and 350. And I'm not going to mess around with the project gravity scale. So now I can hit play from here as well. And now when I come over here to the dark, and maybe if I shoot that, now I can see that the projectile is actually shooting. Okay, projectile is actually shooting, but it's not going in the right direction. And that's obviously because if you recall that the projectile was facing the wrong direction, and we said that we'll come back and fix that. And this was expected, so it's working as expected, or not working. But let's see that I'll just go over to my top section and make sure that it's exactly, I'll bring down my lit mode, and I want to make sure that it's coming from the center like this. Okay, and maybe if I look at the left view, and if I look at the projectile, this should also be coming out from here, maybe. Why not? It's not exact center. There you go. And now I can go back to perspective and I can just rotate it. Okay, I'll bring up my rotation gizmo. I'll snap it because I need whole value numbers, and I'll bring this up as well so that I can see what I'm doing. And animation notifies. If I click on projectile, and I'll just switch over. This is out here, so I just have to make it rotate 90 degrees. Okay, and if I go over to the details, and I'll also make it, if I go back to my top view, and I want to see that it did not change anything. And okay, shouldn't it be okay? Let's see. It did not. Okay, this should not be 90. This should be 0. If I make it like this, 90, and come on, if I do that, and if I say 90, there you go, that's 90 and 90. Okay, and I think everything is good. Now if I try and shoot the projectile, I'll come here, and I can see that it's actually moving, but it's moving very slowly, and it's also moving sideways. I mean, not from the muzzle, but the projectile itself is sideways. Okay, so for that, I'll have to go back to my projectile base and click on the mesh or the bullet, and then I'll just have to give it a 90-degree rotation along, I believe, the y-axis. So that'll be 90 degrees, and there you go, and everything is good. Now when I come back here, and there you go, so now it's shooting things. So now I'm able to shoot from the weapon, okay, which is happening. Great. So now let's test this again. Let's go back to our projectile base, click on the projectile movement, and let's bring it back to a reasonable speed. So that will be 3,500, 3,500. Okay, and hit enter. And now when I hit play, and now I can shoot, and now I can see that I'm able to shoot projectiles. Okay, and it's working. So we have a working projectile, and maybe I think I'll just not make this black. Okay, something went wrong. It says should regenerate. What should regenerate? Oh, the paint volume. Okay, I don't know. That's a weird bug. Okay, I'll hit play again, and I'll shoot, and if I hit escape, okay, I don't know what went wrong there. It wasn't able to regenerate something. I don't know. Anyways, I'll go over to the basic projectile, and instead of making it dark, I'll make it pretty light. Okay, and the roughness is still low, so it's still going to be shiny, a shiny bullet. And when I hit play from here, and if I shoot, and there you can see that these are the AK-47 is shooting pellets. Not bad at all, which is pretty cool. All right, and there you go, jump and shoot, shoot, shoot. Everything is working fine. Great. And we don't have any ammo. We don't have any. If I go back here, I don't know what's wrong here. If I shoot, 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 if I jump, and if I hit escape, okay, I'm not getting anything. I think if I'm shooting and if I hit escape, no, I don't know. Something wrong in this area. I will check that out later. If you notice that, I'll hit play again, and you might want to keep an eye on the world outliner. So I'm gonna shoot a few bullets. I'm gonna hit F8, depossess, and I'm gonna look here. It's all of these actors, they're automatically deleted. And projectile, that's the way it works with projectile. They get automatically deleted after a while. Okay, and of course you can change those values out here as well, and it has a max simulation time step and all of these bunch of things which we won't worry about it for now, but we might change it much later. But it's good enough. So once it hits the max speed and it goes away and all that, we don't have any ammo count, we don't have the projectile hitting anything and registering a hit, which we'll do it in the future, but we are off to a good start. We have a weapon, we are shooting, from the right place of the weapon, and which is pretty decent. Okay, and that's awesome. Okay, so that's about it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll start adding ammo counters and a bunch of other neat stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.